time for Nerdgasm.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jerry here, a.k.a. Barnacules, and I'm here in Seattle, Washington at the Living Computer Museum for Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. Man, that's a lot of words. So let's go ahead and take a trip inside and see what it's all about. Hey, guys, and check out the badge that they gave me for the event. Not only am I media, but I'm actually on media. It's actually an old school floppy disk.
Sega.
Everybody see the badge? Media, media, media. All right, so the first thing we see coming in the door here is a Steel Battalion room. They've actually got a ton of Xboxes set up over here with that game Steel Battalion. It's like Mech Warrior. Obviously, they couldn't go with that name because they get their ass suit off, but you can see it was one of the most expensive games on the original Xbox because you had to buy it with this huge controller that had multiple sticks, tons of switches, tons of buttons. You even had foot pedals that you had to operate, and it was an amazing game, but honestly, it never really got a sequel just because it was so expensive. Not a lot of people picked it up, but now you have to come to places like this if you want to purchase it because it's been out of production forever, just like the console it runs on. This is probably the most complex game ever made for a console. You can see we have tons of switches here. We have a transmission with 1 through 5 gears in reverse and neutral. We have tons of buttons here. Luckily, they flash to get your attention so somebody with ADHD can actually succeed at this game. So we're going to go ahead and close up our cockpit here. Hopefully you can see the CRT okay on the camera. We're dealing with some elderly technology here, but it does say retro. You know, if this was a flat panel, I'd call BS. We have a functional shifter. You've got reverse, 1 through 5 for all your gears, and of course neutral. You also have your joystick that moves you from left to right rotation, a ton of toggle switches. They just feel good to operate. Lots of buttons, more buttons than I could even figure out in a short period of time. And then over here we have the main stick that allows you to aim your weapon, and you have your main weapon and ability to lock on. And then of course all of your flashing LEDs. And then if you suck like I do, you have the eject button, which will save you to live another day. All right, so if you look down here, I've actually got pedals right here. So I've actually got a throttle, I believe a brake. And what's the third one here? What does this guy do again? Oh, okay, so that's my rolling boost. And these push down a lot. That's like tractor pedals. Toggles, gotta flip the toggles. They actually feel really, really good. This is such a massive controller. It's unfortunate they didn't sell a lot of them though because of the price and the amount of space you needed for it. But no, this was definitely heading in the right direction. Hey guys, and we got my buddy here, John Riggs, the creator of the Barnacules Nerdgasm Nintendo game. And it is in no way a ripoff of Super Mario Brothers at all.
Of course not.
It was completely originally written in assembly, line for line by Mr. Riggs here.
Super Mario Brothers stole from you.
That's true, they did. Nintendo, look who's gonna be doing the suing now. So I'm starting to think, guys, that I really need to invest in some shorter friends because I feel really small being around all these tall guys all the time. You know what's funny? Nobody assumes you guys are tall, they assume I'm short. All right, we're getting some new short friends. I'm done. All right, see you guys. Short friends time. Hey guys, so I found Lucas here. He's now my short friend to kind of equalize things out. So now you guys can see I am a tall person. I'm a tall person, right?
He's the tallest.
Yeah, you heard it. I'm tall.
Like,
so,
whoa, dude, what's the weather like up there?
Yeah, so like get over yourself, internet. Jeez. Man, you see John Riggs, he is a very productive hacksaw making all kinds of games. He actually made this game right here live today during a panel that I wasn't a part of because I was too busy playing Rocket League and I feel like a horrible friend. And I'm so sorry, John. I'm so sorry I wasn't at your panel. I am the worst friend ever. I am sorry. All right, well, I'm over it. Let's go do something else. It's the Genesis Power Base Converter. So this takes your Sega Genesis back to a Master System, essentially. It's kind of cool. It sits on the top here. Kind of like one of the Sega 32X modules that they had, right? Just add things on. Actually, that'd be kind of fun. Take a 32X, smash it on there, and then put that on top of that. That might be something worth doing if you don't care about your console and the magic smoke comes out. And then, of course, we have a Commodore CRT. These things just razor sharp, no scan lines, brilliant color. These things are amazing. I see a lot of these for sale, too, at these conventions because I think a lot of people just prefer them over a conventional CRT television. Hey guys, I'm here with Mike Martin at Custom SNES Cartridges right here. You can see this guy, he's got a table right here, and these are legitimately custom SNES cartridges. It looks like you've actually got like a ROM burner over here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so you can pretty much put anything you want on these, right?
Yeah, unless it takes a custom chip. So like Star Fox 2 is out of my capabilities, but.
Okay, so but for the majority of stuff, you can actually put it on here, put it into a cartridge, and put whatever label you want on it,
yep.
Or just draw on it with a Sharpie. This is awesome. He's like custom soldering a board. He can put his own chips on there. He's got it has like resistors and small components. Doing some serious stuff here. This is awesome. All right, guys, so earlier I tweeted out a message saying that if you used a couple of select hashtags, you could actually get displayed up on this big screen here at this expo. And it looks like a lot of you guys listened because almost every message up on that screen has me noted in it. So you guys, keep them coming. The convention's probably closed by the time you're watching this video, but you know what? Use the tags anyways. You never know where it's going to show up. Say hello. This is a phone interview. Introduce yourself.
My name is Michelle Riggs, and I love Barnacules. He's awesome.
See, look at that. They're even phoning them in. I'll do anything for a sub. Yeah. So what do you think of the Barnacules Nerdgasm game? Is that something you'd play?
Absolutely. Like, why would I? I would have nightmares not to play this.
You could probably pick one of these up for about $5 on eBay.
$5 eBay?
Yeah. Yeah. If I sign it, $6.
Size 6? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hey. We'll talk later. Meet me out back.
All right, man.
Yeah. Well, I happen to find a Nintendo right here that we can slap in the Barnacules Nerdgasm, not Mario ripoff at all game.
No.
Let's go ahead and see if it works.
Brand new stuff here.
All right, here we go.
Nope.
Hold on. Come on, baby.
Nope.
Blow on it, Rig. Blow it. Blow it. All right, we're good. It's gonna work now. Please, will you work? Maybe I just didn't shove it in hard enough.
Ladies.
That's it. All right. So wow, look at that. Got the Barnacules logo. Here, grab it. Here, we're gonna both have a go at this. All right. And this is me. You can tell because I'm short. I'm short and fat. Oh. Yeah. Who was that I just stomped on?
Alpha Omega Sin.
That was Alpha Omega Sin that I just crushed there. And here's my bag of McDonald's. Make me all big boy now. Yeah. Now I'm big Barnacules. Oh yeah. Oh, Alpha Omega. Man, he's a small little guy, isn't he? Oh man, oh no, the Omega's got me. All right, you're up. You look like Gazoo.
What do you
All right.
mean, dum-dum?
All right, get that bag of McDonald's. All right, come on. So he didn't change the colors on this one because it's the same sprite, just a different color palette, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh wow, what do we have here?
Bat knife.
Oh, is that bat knife? Oh, on top of a little pedestal. Okay, I get it. Okay, so now he's chucking bat knives. Take that Alpha Omega Sin. All right, dude. Come on, get that flag. Get that flag. Come on. Notice this isn't anything like Super Mario Brothers. This is a complete original game by John Riggs. All right, there we go. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Man, poor Alpha Omega Sin. He is just the butt end of this game, isn't he?
Coffee.
Oh, get the coffee. Get the Starbucks. There you go. There you go. Yeah, taking them down. Getting all them little guys. And were those Bitcoins?
Those were Bitcoins.
Look at that Bitcoins. Dude, this game is epic. And John, what's your Twitter if somebody wants to come and hassle you and try to procure this game?
John Blue Riggs. It's all one word. John Blue Riggs on Twitter and Instagram.
John Blue Riggs.
Yep.
Go get your copy of the Barnacules Nerdgasm game. And it's officially endorsed by me unless Nintendo sues him, in which case I did not say that. Disclaimer. All right, guys, well, we have another booth here. You guys know that I got a soft spot for indie developers because I'm one myself. Here we have Alicorn Princess Blast. I'm going to let the man here tell you all about it, but I want to note one thing first. It is running on a netbook. And anything that can run on a netbook is cool, in my opinion, because this is like the laptop equivalent of like a Game Boy. It really is. So here, tell us a little bit about the game.
Alicorn Princess Blast is a flying unicorn princess simulator. You shoot lasers, blow stuff up. That is the entire concept of the game, and the whole point is to make a sort of shmup-style game that is easier, funner for people to play.
All right, so I got two weapons here. Looks like I got a primary and a secondary. Whoa! This is actually cool. So, and you said this was programmed in Unity, correct?
Yep. Programmed in Unity. The code language we're using is C#, and we've got like 3 programmers on the team to make this work. Yep.
No, this is awesome. So guys, definitely keep an eye out for this. They're going to try to get it out on the Steam library and greenlit. So keep an eye out for Alicorn. What was again? Alicorn?
Alicorn Princess Blast.
Princess Blast. How can I even forget that name? But guys, keep an eye out for it on Steam. They're going to try to get it greenlit. I love supporting indie developers. It's a cool game. It actually reminds me of like 1942. The overhead shooters like on the Nintendo days and in the arcade. I mean, it's really cool, and it's got unicorns in it. Freaking unicorns. Oh yeah, and they said I could have a candy if I promoted their game. But I'm going to take 2. All right, guys, well, we have another indie game here. It's Four-Sided Fantasy, and the way he explained it to me, like, kind of blew my mind, so I'm going to let him demo this one, because I can't even wrap my mind around it, literally. Another game created in C# and Unity. We're starting to realize that Unity is a very, very powerful cross-platform engine that people are using, and C# now, surprisingly, is cross-platform also, because Microsoft decided it was finally time to give it to the rest of the world. About freaking time, Microsoft. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about this game.
Yeah, so essentially it's a puzzle platformer where you have the ability to screen wrap. So basically, like in Pac-Man, how you can go off the one side of the screen.
Oh, I see how it works now. Okay.
Yeah, and you can just wrap to the other side. And this first level just shows you an introduction of the basic mechanics. But essentially, after this first level, it's going to give you control over that screen wrap. So here in the next level, I'll show you. Essentially, when you hold right trigger down, it locks the camera in place, but the rest of the time, the camera's following you around. So I come up to this barrier in my way. I can't jump past it.
Right.
So I hold right trigger and just walk off the side of the screen. I'm around that pillar now, off to the other side.
That is a trip.
And then I let go of right trigger, and now I'm off and free to walk wherever I want.
So you're actually manipulating the in-game camera as a part of the puzzle, locking it in place and manipulating, going outside the screen to solve the puzzles and complete the level.
Exactly.
Wow, so that really forces your mind to really think about things. No, that's not. So do you already have a green light on this for Steam?
Yeah, so we got greenlit on Steam. We're coming out here in a little while. March or April is what we're aiming for next year.
Awesome. So guys, definitely check it out. Four-Sided Fantasy, another awesome indie game, and something completely unique that I haven't seen before. And honestly, that's what wins in this game, right?
yeah, that's what we're aiming for, is, show people something they haven't seen before and make some awesome puzzles with it.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to play it. Hey, thanks for taking the time.
It's me, Mario.
I'm all incognito now. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other stuff around here. Look, we got all kinds of old collectibles here. These are cool. You got the lunch boxes, tons and tons and tons of games, both CD and cartridge. Absolutely cool. You know, there's some gems hidden in there. A lot of pop vinyl figures, too. I'm actually a sucker for pop vinyl figures. I collect a lot of them out of the Nerd Blocks and the other monthly subscription services. It's weird. I don't know why I like them so much, but I get drawn to them. You know what I'm talking about, right, Graham? Pop figures, for some reason, they pull you in. I'm just such a camera whore. Wow, check it out. We found, like, the dollar store for retro gaming. Everything in these boxes is $1. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh. Call of Duty, yep. Now, that belongs in the dollar box, totally. I don't see any Battlefields in here. Lols. Oh, look, there's another Call of Duty. Yeah. Connect Adventures, that game's horrible.
Oh, wait, I got one for you.
Oh, High School Musical 3? Oh, yeah, I'm sure they sold 4 of those copies. Man, there sure are a lot of Connect games in here. You can buy all the Maddens for less than lunch at Burger King. All right, so I am here with the Kinsey, a.k.a. Kinzilla, who is one of the organizers of this event. So I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about it.
Well, this is Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. We are a nonprofit, and we are just bringing games to the community.
Lots of games.
Lots of games. At our expo, we always have like a free play area where we have hundreds of games that people can check out over all eras of gaming. We have a 10-player Steel Battalion set up. Did you guys check that out?
Yes, we actually got that on video. Like, you never see that anywhere.
Yeah, especially 10 of them.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We have like a mini arcade, a mini museum, and since we're at the Living Computer Museum this year, we have the whole museum upstairs, which is awesome.
This is pretty epic. This is actually an epic event. I really like it. It's not too small. It's not too big. Mm-hmm. Everybody here is totally cool. And you guys got something for everybody. I mean, you got boxes of games for $1.
Yeah.
So anybody can come here and find something. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course.
This has been an absolute blast. And I'm sure that we're going to see each other somewhere at a bar with Metal Jesus in the near future.
Most likely.
It's going to happen,
yeah.
right?
Definitely.
So if you guys want to see more of Kinsey, a.k.a. Kinzilla, head over to Metal Jesus Rocks channel. She's the co-host on all the good videos. So if you look in the good playlists, that's where she is. So check it out. And don't worry, Metal Jesus will agree with me. All right, guys, well, we have yet another game here, except for the difference is this was created by one guy named David Thomases, and actually it was your school project, right?
Yep.
So here we have written in Unity. What was the base language that you used for it?
The programming was done using visual scripting in Playmaker.
Visual scripting and Playmaker. Finally, somebody who didn't use C#. I am genuinely impressed. So Little Pixels, here we go. We're going to play as some Little Pixels. Okay, so I got to use the A and the D. Spacebar is jump, and then shift is attack. All right, I got this. Ooh, them physics. All right, here we go. Oh, come on, get up there. Oh, okay, come on. I got this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come. Oh. Oh no! No! Hey, I would like to state I am doing this one-handed. All right, I pushed the button. Okay, there we go. There we go. I love that the 8-bit graphics are making a comeback. Come on, baby. No! No! It's like one of those games that you feel like you're drunk when you're playing it, even when you're sober. There we go. Bam. I done it. This is really cool, guys. Is this going to be available anywhere where people can get it?
I'm going to be putting it on my website, which I have on my card.
Well, we're going to need to find one of your cards. Is it right here? So we got David Thomas's at Weebly.com. You getting that right there? Because everybody be getting a shout out today. There you go. Go check it out. And if you made it further than I did, leave a comment. Hey, we got another game here. This is, was it Lumides? Luminites. I need to learn to read. Anyways, we got Luminites here. Tell us a little bit about the game and what it was programmed in.
It was programmed in Unity 5.
Okay.
I did most of the scripting in JavaScript with some Playmaker too to sort of fill in the gaps. It was originally a project for one of my level design classes, and that was about April. It took me about 3 weeks to program the base of it, and just over time I've been slowly adding improvements for it. Control the game with the mouse to move the paddles back and forth.
Okay.
So it takes a lot of the main controls from games like Breakout, Arkanoid, a lot of those arcade games, except with the added element of lighting to create more visual effects, and the added challenge of having to avoid projectiles like the lasers. They'll make your paddle short for a few seconds. I just picked up a little item that gives extra lives, and you clear the level after you clear those black and purple spheres.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like you started out with Pong, except for you got a lot of moving targets and enemies and things you can interact with. And you said if you get touched, the paddle gets smaller, which makes the game harder.
Right.
Does the paddle eventually get bigger again?
Yeah, it does.
That's cool. No, this is pretty cool. So, and the ball's affected by the barriers, but the enemies can move through the barriers. That's kind of cool. It's like a little bit of a mashup. And I still think it's really cool that it was done in JavaScript. I'm going to have to go look into that because I love scripting languages. And everything I do in Unity is C#. So it just offers another alternative to do it. That's cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for checking out the game.
Absolutely. So here you have it, guys. Is it available to download anywhere if somebody wants to try it? Well, check this out eventually if it gets posted at yb-blog at weebly.com. And definitely support developers like this because this is the future of game development. I honestly believe when you have things like Flappy Birds making, millions and millions of dollars and Angry Birds making millions and millions of dollars, it really shows that the indie developer can really compete if you come up with something that's very, very unique. And that's actually pretty cool. We've seen some really cool stuff here today. All right, we got another booth here. This is GameOverVideoGames.com. And why don't you tell me a little bit about your operation here? It looks like you got some games and stuff, but I'd like to know what you guys are trying to achieve here.
Well, we actually specialize in retro video games. We carry everything from Atari all the way to the current stuff, but our main focus is vintage. We're based out of Texas. We actually opened up 2 locations here in Washington pretty recently, so we're pretty excited to be in the area. Just looking to do any events that contribute to the community. There's a lot of gamers here with Microsoft and Nintendo headquarters being so close.
Absolutely. How many stores do you have? You said you had 2 stores. Where are they located here in Washington?
We have a store in Northgate Mall in Seattle and one in Bellevue. And so both of them are less than a year old. But yeah, we've got a lot of really excited folks, a lot of support so far. So we're excited to be here.
That's awesome. Now, your inventory that you guys have between all the stores, is that all accessible online too if somebody wants to find something?
For sure. We ship all over the country. GameOverVideoGames.com. There's a massive selection on there. And we do free shipping with any order over $50. So that's always something to consider. Just find a few things. As long as it totals over $50, we'll send it to you for free.
That's awesome, man. So guys, check them out, GameOverVideoGames.com. It's really cool to see all these vendors getting together, and the retro craze is just really, really taking off. And a lot of it is really inexpensive, too. That's another thing that's cool about retro gaming is if you want to be a hardcore collector and get the really, really rare items, they can get up there in price. But if you just want to start to be a collector, it can be incredibly cheap. I'm seeing things around here for $1 to buy a game. I'm seeing consoles available for like $20. So, even if you're on a budget, this is something that you can definitely get into. All right, so before we leave this booth, I got to ask you one more question. What's your all-time favorite game? If you were stranded on a desert island, any console, any PC, anything, and you could have one game to play for the rest of your days on this planet, what would it be?
That's a no-brainer for me. Final Fantasy VII was the game that just kind of made me realize that video games were more than just for fun. They could be very immersive, kind of just transport you to different worlds, and you really feel for the characters and really get involved. And there was so much depth, just a massive universe to be in.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. But Final Fantasy, I feel like that was kind of a safe game to go with. Kind of feel like that was a little bit of a save. If I could pick any game that I had to play for the rest of my days, it would probably be a weird one. Nobody ever think would be Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot. That story, I mean, dude, I cried like during that game, and it. You go back to Shadow Moses. Yep. I mean the emotion, right? Yes. And that's just it. Is I don't even like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like PlayStation that much. I'm kind of an Xbox guy. But Sony's first-party titles just pull you in, like Uncharted and The Last of Us. Absolutely amazing. All right, guys, we'll definitely check them out. All right, so apparently I'm supposed to sign the wall here, so we need a color. What color am I going with, Graham? I'm going to let you pick. Ooh, you want the purple? Yeah, all right. All right, here we go. Let's find a spot. Let's see, how about up here? Should we do it way up high? Perfect. Be like right here? And then we got to put the plug on there too, right? So... Yeah. Here, I'm gonna pick that back up.
Oh, can you hit that note? My voice is already going out. Damn it.
You want to play some arcade games? Do you? Do you? Yeah? Yeah, you do? All right. Let's do this. Look at this, one-handed and holding the microphone. Ooh, get the red guy, get the red guy. Oh, he got me. Like, who actually thought that was an effect, like when they were creating a game? It's like, let's just make everything flash. Epilepsy is a great weapon. Ooh, I just used that when I didn't need it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, all day long. So I only had to continue 3 times, and now he just hit his first continue. Well played, sir.
Thank you.
All right, guys, well, we have another indie-style game here, Sword and Board, and I'm here with, give us your name?
Michael.
And Michael, you said you're the sound engineer. Did the sound on the game?
I am the sound engineer and the music composer for the game.
All right, and you said there's a total of 3 people that made this game, and I have to say it looks absolutely beautiful. This actually looks a lot like I don't want to compare you to anything, but if I had to, I'd say it's almost like Castle Crashers looking like graphics. Right. It's kind of got, but that's a huge compliment. I absolutely love that game. So tell me a little bit about the game and what it is.
So this is a 2D action adventure style game, taking a lot of inspiration from pick up the controller, taking inspiration from the original Legend of Zelda on the NES. I say that because you have if you've ever played a 2D action adventure or 2D Zelda game, you should feel right at home here. But we like to draw the comparison closer to the NES one, in that we drop you in this overworld and we encourage you to explore, discover secrets, discover the dungeon, solve the puzzles on your own. We don't want to hold your hand. We want to bring back that sense, that thrill of discovery, of being able to figure something out on your own, because a lot of games nowadays, they don't do that anymore. There's a few kind of standout games that do, but for the most part, everyone's kind of holding your hands, and we don't want that. We want you to just be able to discover everything, because there's a special kind of thrill and excitement that comes from oh, look at this, look what I just found, look at this puzzle I just solved, and I got this awesome item, right?
Definitely.
So in this game, you play as a little boy named Sid. He's about 12 years old, and he loves video games. He loves his 8-bit video game console, but one day he comes home and he discovers that the console is missing. So now he has to go outside and he has to play outside, which, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be inside playing video games all day.
The irony of that is hilarious.
Yeah, so he dresses up, he makes, this is actually a puzzle for the game right here. If you hit the start button, you can bring up your inventory, and you can put different items to X or A by hitting the corresponding buttons.
Oh, how cool.
So go ahead and put the slingshot on one of the, Yep, so this is actually almost... There we go. And so go ahead and just see if you can figure this one out. Not a very difficult puzzle.
That's pretty cool.
Very simple, but there actually are a bit more difficult puzzles, and I'll get to that in a second. But the story of the game is about Sid running around trying to find the 8 dungeons and then reclaim the 8 missing pieces of his video game console. And that's the basic story there, so that he can finally go back inside and he can... Oh yeah, and there's bad guys. So once he finds the 8 pieces, he can go back inside and kind of resume what he was trying to do in the first place. So the game has a bunch of the items you saw, like in the inventory. You can set them to X or A, and then you can use them individually with X or A. But you can also combine all the items together, and each item has that's a nice little glitch that we're kind of ironing out. But each item has a unique combination result with every other item. For instance, you have the slingshot, it shoots a rock. You have the hatchet, you swing it like a madman. Go ahead and hit the right trigger. So now you just slingshotted a hatchet. So let's bring up, I'm going to show you another one, my personal favorite. This crystal ball's a shield. Put that on the A button. And go ahead and back out for right now. And then, like, if you hit A, you have a shield. But if you combine, you have satellite hatchets. Yeah. So not only does this give you a good combat, tactical advantage in combat against enemies or even like bosses, these combinations are also used for solving puzzles. Here's another puzzle too, by the way. This one's pretty easy to kind of figure out. This piece of wood is preventing this weight from falling down and hitting that button. Well, not this time. But you are on the right track. Look at your inventory and see like what other items you have that could break. Okay, all right. Perfect. Cool. And so we unlock that. And by the way, if you combine these two together, you make a hatchet bomb that when it explodes, it shoots hatchets off.
That is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
No, so I definitely get the Zelda feel. This actually does feel a lot like Zelda, like after playing it for a little while. But I have to say, the idea to combine the weapons in that way is truly unique. No, I think that's absolutely awesome. So if somebody wanted to play this game, where could they go to pick it up?
Well, the game is going to be available in about 2 months, we're hoping, on Steam. Okay. And we're also going to be putting it on the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS as well. Awesome. So, and then after that, we're going to look into the Android and iOS tablet platform at the very least. Putting this on a little phone screen might be a little difficult, but tablet we think we could pull off. Right now, we're just trying to get it on Steam. When I say Steam, I mean like the game will be available. It's not early access. The game has been greenlit. There is a Steam greenlight page for the game already. At this point, it's a matter of just porting the game over to Unity and just getting the content done so we can submit it.
No, this is cool. This is genuinely fun. This is something that I would sit down and play. Absolutely. So, all right, you guys want to see some really old and crazy stuff? So right here, got the Atari Jaguar in a clear case. That is actually really cool. Take a look up here. We've got another one, it's custom case. It actually has the Jaguar CD on it, which I remember back when these systems first came out, I really, really wanted them, but I think what killed them was just the price point on them when they came out. They were just nightmarishly expensive, because wasn't Atari Jaguar competing with like Neo Geo?
Atari Jaguar was actually designed to compete with the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, but it ended up competing against the Saturn and the PlayStation.
Oh, so more of a bad timing thing. Bad timing. Oh, horrible. Horrible. Really, really cool systems, though. I like the controllers on them. And then, let's see, what do we have here? Some Atari games? The Last Starfighter. That is an amazing movie, by the way. See, I love this, that they're still burning ROMs and making custom games for a lot of these. Tempest. Oh, people love Tempest. Dude, that is cool. No, it's really cool because they're breathing new life into these systems. You know, just like we saw earlier, we had a guy over there who was making custom SNES ROMs. You know, you got people that are burning ROMs for these systems. So it's just got all the ROMs running off a compact flash.
Pretty much.
That is too cool. So here you go again, modern technology being used on a retro system. That is cool. And let's not forget the 1979 Sony TV for $20. This is an every gamer must-have right here. Look, it's even a Trinitron. And then, of course, we have the Apple IIe, the greatest computer ever made in the history of all computers. And I only say that because I programmed it.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew.
Oh, man, I could just see myself playing Flight Simulator with that. What? All right, guys, well, that's a wrap for Seattle Retro Gaming Expo here at the Living Computer Museum. I had an absolute blast. Special thanks to Kinzilla for inviting me out to the event. She's one of the organizers that works on this, and it just brings the retro community together. And I have to say, there is a lot of reasons to get into retro collecting. I've been doing it myself. I plan to fully convert my garage at some point. Well, half of it. Half of it's going to be makerspace, half of it's going to be retro gaming, because I want to bring back those memories. And to be honest, if you want to get into something as far as collecting is concerned, this is something that can be very, very cheap or very, very expensive. I mean, there's a place for everybody, so I highly recommend it. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments, or you can come over and tweet me. I'm at Barnacules on Twitter. So guys, have a good one, and until next time. Oh, and you know what? I almost forgot to thank the person who made this possible the most, and that would be Graham, Mr. Graham from Volair Media, the guy who's holding the camera right now so that I don't have to. I thank him, because if I had to hold this camera all day, I would have been sad, and I didn't have to because he did it. Thank you, Graham. I love you long time. Peace out. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. Also, come over to Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. I'm a real social guy. Also, if you have a couple of minutes, check out some of these many other videos. I made them myself.